Hello, I am here with a very special person that I've been, when traveling all around Norway, I've been told by many people for the past 3, 4 years, you gotta meet Luna. And Luna, today, we actually finally were able to meet. We're here in Eidsfoss, which is a special place. But for some reason, do you know why? There is it's not a shamanistic festival. Or how do you say it?
Well, the Sami ways is more animistic.
Yes.
Yeah, and we have many gods and goddesses, and also deities and animal spirits and all that. But it's we called the goddess of Saraka to
Ah, so
come
that's
down
right. Yeah.
here. Yeah, so we're trying to build a circle that Saraka will enter.
Hmm. And so, as you understand, then, um, Lone here is Sami, sea Sami, right? You say that in
Mm-hmm.
English?
Yeah.
Means Sami from the sea. It's a difference from the Sami. Well, anyways, it's up north in Norway, and as many of you probably know, I've talked a lot about how we find so many secrets inside of us. We don't need to go to India or Peru or to in search of meaning or existence or what is inside of us, because it is inside us. It's in our DNA. I made a video about genetic memory, and when you're talking, I've been listening to Luna speaking in the forest here, and there's so many things that you are remembering, that you know about in the Sami tradition, that I connect to. And the reason why I wanted to talk to you together here now is because I think there's so much sickness in the modern society today, in the world today, and you've spoken about that, right?
Yes, and you don't really know who you are until you sort of leave the place you come from
Yeah.
and meet things and people and spirits that are different.
Mm, mm.
So many people have to go out to find home. They have to go out to be pushed
So,
towards their inner
so you need to
parts.
disconnect in order to reconnect, I
In
guess,
a
in a
way,
sense.
yeah,
Yeah.
because you never know what you get until you lose it.
Yeah.
And I haven't traveled much, but I am starting to lose
Yeah.
the
Okay. Yeah.
nature
Yeah.
and
And
my culture.
And Luna, she spoke about the youth in northern Norway, in this region, really big region in Norway, where 20% of the youth are either unemployed or not studying, and they're sick. And it's this sickness that is part of, I think there's something that doesn't harmonize, it doesn't resonate to what's inside us, to what's natural for us. And for people who are Southerners, she calls me a Southerner, right? And because we don't even have the language, you know, my tongue is called the Danish tongue when I speak Norwegian, and because we've been a colony for 400 years, right? So the victors who live in Oslo or in Copenhagen or abroad have written the story.
It's his story.
Yes, exactly. But it's not our story, and we know this. And I meet so many youngsters who are in their 20s or even start of their 30s, and they feel, you know, we've been told something that we know is not right, and they seek out wanting to find meaning, basically, right?
Hmm.
And that's why I'm really happy and grateful for the Sami tradition, because there is something really far back in time that you have kept in your tradition, which is part of all our tradition, the hunter-gatherer tradition from old times, when you live with nature instead of like when farming came to Norway or when farming spread in Europe. That's when you started to have property, or that's when you started to enslave the earth and people and animals. But that's not the way we've done it in Norway for in the north, I mean, for tens of thousands, well, thousands of years, we can
At
say.
least thousands of years.
Yeah.
And and I think this farming thing is humans trying to put nature in their order.
Yes, yes.
But for us who still lives with these hunter-gatherer
Yeah.
traditions, we do have normal life. I'm educated at the university. and I've read about my people in the history books we get in school, and I don't recognize anything. But in the north we say we have 8 seasons.
Right.
And the season has different tasks, and the seasons can vary, and we never know when that season comes because it's nature. So when the fish come migrating and we have to go out and fish, the bacalhau fish that goes all over Europe,
Yeah.
it doesn't come on the exact same date every year. The berries are not ripe at the same date. And our lives have evolved around nature and to do certain tasks at different times. And as you say, of the hunter-gatherer connected to nature, we also had a tribe.
Yeah.
And we could never survive alone. We were dependent on the tribe know you, and the tribe is very diverse. We need to have different strengths
Yeah.
to
Absolutely.
survive up in the north. And we honors differences.
And it's that adaptability, as you say, to the
To change.
Yes. Everyone knows, I guess, the humanity's way of survival is adaptation, but no more so than with the hunter-gatherers, because that's a vital part of living with nature, in nature, and being connected to nature. And I guess it wasn't too difficult for you. I mean, you grew up where you were supposed to be Norwegian, right? Not Sami.
We thought we were.
Yeah, and then you had to sort of reconnect again to find.
Well, I never had to reconnect again because we were just told that the Sea Sami tribes, Sea Finns we call ourselves, that
Yes.
we were a Norwegian way of living. But it shows that it was not, our life has been the same for 10,000 years. We were just told that that was the Norwegian way, but it's actually the Sami way. So we didn't have to lose everything, or didn't have to reconnect. It's all there. It's still in the daily life. But the last year's daily life has changed a lot. We cannot take days off school anymore when the fish is coming, when the berries are ripe, when we're gathering the reindeers, when we do these things. You have to go to work every single day. So all that builds the foundation of life in the north, it has no value anymore. We have to go to this workplace that's inside. And also our spirits, our ancestors, all of these things have no value since we were Christianized. It's only God. And when you lose or are forced to let go of your ancestral spirits and the spirits in nature, you lose meaning in a way. You lose the sacredness. And I think a lot of that is the root cause of illness.
Absolutely. I find even a lot of Christians come to me and talk about they've lost their spirituality because it's all a matter of power and maintaining power by very few people, and then it's like Martin Luther in the 16th century. You know, there's too much corruption, and there's too much focus on earning money, on the capitalist way of living, I guess, which is really not natural to us in our essence.
You only need enough.
Yes.
And when is enough? And also this Protestantic way of spirituality is very non-sexy. Sorry in my way,
non-sexy.
But it has no rituals. It has no colors. There has no singing. Like nothing like we used to have.
Lone said in the forest here earlier in times when all humans were singing. You said. I was thinking about that.
Yeah, when everyone used to sing.
Well, because what I see in the Viking Age and further back in time is they had always these ceremonies, and they had an obsession with knowledge, which I call deep learning now, because we can't connect to this. And this obsession is trading your eye and Mimir's well for knowledge, or hanging on a tree for 9 days for knowledge. You want to learn something more, you know, and this is good for us now because we can reconnect to this. I really think we can, but we need to be able to talk. We need to be able to meet like we meet now. She was in a debate, or that turned into a discussion, I guess, where they talked about.
It's supposed to be a dialogue, but it sort of turned out to something else.
Yes, because people are is a strong tradition of having these groups, setting groups of people up against each other so they can do the arguing. It's divide and conquer. Whilst we should, in reality, we should just meet and talk and leave the smaller, the minor strides aside, and then we can talk about things, our past, because it is a mutual past. And that's, I think, where we reconnect.
Yeah, and it's the earth who teach us.
Hmm.
It's the different landscapes that shapes us and shapes our culture. And if we have sort of share the same ground, the same earth, we have the same language. We will understand each other. We hunt the same way. We fish the same way.
And we can feel it. I can feel it when I go running in the forest. If I have a dog with me and running, I feel it even more. Or in the mountains, there's something more there. There's something deep. That's when I reconnect.
Yeah.
Not when I'm sitting in an office many hours every day working for the man, I mean that's really the opposite for me, and
Yes.
that causes illness.
It causes illness, and work is not dangerous for you as long as you do what you love or what is good for you and your tribe. If you have to do work that is not good for you or is ruining nature, like is our problem now, we see our lands are getting destroyed. Our fish is being caught by huge vessels who take it out. It never lands ashore.
That's
we
true.
lose all our richness of our lives. We were thriving in the north.
It's a battle for resources that I've seen in history throughout the different tides. All these people wanting to get sort of out those resources. It's a blessing in disguise, I guess, having all these resources really far up north. And right now, a lot of the cod has left Lofoten and have gone further up north. And I know fishermen who are in Finnmark, and they say these big boats that you're talking about, they fish out all the sea. So you're losing the cod. It's horrible, but it's all controlled from down south. It's all regulated, and I don't know. It's a system that's really far above our heads. So I just wanted to talk with Lone here and with you guys, talk about the illness of modern society, and if it's possible. Do you think it's possible for many people, if they want to reconnect?
Of course, that's what illness is about. It takes you out of a situation that's dangerous for you.
Okay.
Illness is a sign that you're not at the right place, in the right time, in your right state. You don't have your right surroundings, the right food.
And then what do you do?
Illness and yeah, it needs change. We need to change.
Absolutely.
And nature is striking back. This is the first day of rain for over a month here in the south.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's getting very dry down here. In the north it's raining all the time, which never happened before. So nature is striking back.
And this goes in different circles, because everything is circular, just like the Norse music and the Sami yoik. It's all circular, right?
Circle songs.
And we see things that are happening in the world in the next 30 years that's happened before, and we know the direction it's going. So what we're talking about is not just how to prepare, but also how to survive and maybe how to rebuild when we get there. And many people, I think, need to disconnect in many senses to be able to reconnect.
And Corona has been a blessing this time, because people were actually forced to go home, meet their family, be with their children,
and reevaluate.
And they couldn't go back into the city. They had to go in the nature, and suddenly there's like, hi, this is a lot better. So people have now started to have home offices. They are reconnecting with people, with nature, with
and I see a lot of younger people are going more and more analog now. I think that's a blessing. That's really good.
Says the one who holds the camera.
Yeah. So I hope you like this small talk, and that's what I'm doing now. I'm doing these meetings. I think we need to talk more and meet more, analog meetings.
And find allies.
Yeah. Allies, yeah. And we're going to talk more about that now. Take care. Thanks a lot. Thank you, Lona.